Alright, what's up everybody? So we are on episode 14 of Attack on Titan, which I think this basically marks the start of the second half of the first season, I guess. I hadn't really considered that before, but the first season I think has about 25 episodes. And I gotta say, the last couple of episodes definitely felt in a way like a mid-season finale. I will say for me personally, the last couple episodes I wasn't as engaged, if I'm being completely honest, right? I wasn't as engaged as I was for a while there. I feel like between episodes 5 and 10, the story just kept moving in different directions and kept revealing things to us that I found super fascinating. And then the last couple episodes, of course, have been a little bit more action-packed, which is, obviously cool for a change as well. But it was very much focused on that objective, right? Putting the boulder in front of the entrance. And then at the end of last episode is basically where it started setting up our objectives for what is to come now again, right? Which is that, of course, Eren found himself basically locked up in jail there for a little bit, got visited by Erwin, I think he is called, the blonde guy, right? And then Levi. I know that Levi, once again, just because I've heard his character's name be mentioned so many times by people already in the past before I even started watching this show, I know that he's going to play a major role, so I assume Erwin will as well. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing where it goes, right? Like, they teased that whole thing about the basement already a long time ago to us, and I've been wanting for them to get to that part, right? But like I said, there was that other objective coming in between that kind of, made me have to wait. So I very much just look forward to seeing where that whole part of the story will go, because I assume it's going to be major. And it seems like Eren's dad obviously has some answers to this whole thing that he's been wanting Eren basically to wait to find out until now, right? I guess this was kind of the moment where he was supposed to remember all the stuff about the injection that he got and, all those things. So I just want to know, like, in what way is the dad involved? What does he know? And why did he wait so long for Eren to find out what's going to be in this basement? I want them to get to that part, but I assume even getting to that basement will still take a couple episodes. If not, that might be like the end of the season, honestly. But yeah, that's basically like what they're working up towards at the moment, right? So yeah, I'm just super curious and excited to get into, the second half of the season. I think, by the way, today, the moment this goes up on YouTube, should be October 25th, which means it's actually my birthday today, so that's nice. I don't really have anything to celebrate it with, I guess. Although for next month, I do have some really big plans. As in that I actually want to give my Patreon supporters, who, by the way, everybody who's been joining the Patreon in the last month, thank you all so much for that. But I will be giving even more episodes early to the patrons, because I'm currently working around the clock to I guess watch more episodes and, edit them as fast as I can. So I think by next month, I should be able to give patrons up to like 5 episodes early. So that will be nice. And then I'm also working on hopefully starting a second series on the channel alongside. So that's all in the pipeline right now. But I would say for now, let's simply start focusing on actually watching this next episode 14 it is. And like I said, if you want, you can support me on Patreon, link on top of the description, where you'll be able to get early access to, right now, still 3 episodes, and then hopefully a little bit down the line, 5 coming up. But yeah, here we go. Oh shit, right, we actually have a new intro. People told me about that. That's some nice music. So did the second half then also like premiere at a different time, I wonder? If anybody wants to tell me on Patreon or on YouTube, then that would be great. But I'd be curious about that. I don't know how they originally like aired this show. I actually do really love, like, this is kind of typical anime intro music, right? But it kind of reminds me in a way, I don't know, maybe a little bit like, this song gave me some Dragon Force vibes or whatever. In the beginning especially. Still can't see. Night before the counter-offense. I'm excited now after that intro. I guess he's still locked up.
ウォールローゼのやつが大量に逃げ込んでくるかもしれん。
So I guess all the people have been informed about it by now, and obviously they all have their own opinions on it, on if they find that a hopeful thing or if they're more scared about the prospect of somebody on their side who is a Titan or can become a Titan. Is this Pixis again, or who is this?
憲兵団もエレン・イエーガーを引き取りたいと言い出したのは知っとるか。
はい、昨日通達がありました。
調査兵団と憲兵団、どちらにエレンを引き渡すか、決定権はザックレーに委ねられた。
What the fuck? So the military police actually like want them dead? It's just Pixis and the survey corps?
兵団、調査兵団、3つの兵団を束ねる男だ。
Or Pixis and the... I still don't know what, like... What group Levi and Erwin then kind of are a part of. Like, are they gonna kind of form their own little squad or whatever?
せいぜい憲兵団に賛同せぬことぐらいじゃ。
エレンの真偽何のよくわからないけどエレンをどうするかってことだと思う。どうするかって多分生かすか殺すか。
午後からの審議に証人として出廷しろとの命令だ。
It's gonna be like a old-fashioned trial, I guess.
水をください。おい、立場をわきまえろ、化け物め。化け物か。確かにそれは間違いじゃないんだろうけど、まあ無理もないけど、俺にも訳がわからないんだから。他の奴らもどうなった？
I'm pretty sure they would, like, step up for him as well.
もう少しの間だけ辛抱してくれ。我々が何とか話をつけてみる。
Oh my god. Oh, I thought it was Sasha at first, but it's this other one who I found annoying as hell, I remember. She was like with Levi, right? Dude, personal space, what the fuck?
彼はそうやって初対面の人の匂いを嗅いではもうついちゃったけど、大丈夫。むしろ説明なんてない方がいいんだから。ちょっと勝手だけど我々は君を盲信するしかないんだ。健闘を祈る。
審議所。俺は審議所の地下にいたのか。そこにひざまずけ。
So who's the judge? Is it somebody that we've seen already, or oh? It's...
では始めようか。異例の事態だ。この審議は通常の方が適用されない兵法会議とする。決定権はすべて私に委ねられている。君の生死も今一度改めさせてもらう。
やっぱり
今回決めるのは君の動向をどちらの兵団に委ねるかだ。憲兵団か調査兵団か。では憲兵団より案を聞かせてくれ。
彼の巨人の力が今回の襲撃を退けたことは事実です。しかしその存在が今内乱をめぐる波紋を呼んでもいる。なのでせめてできる限りの
So they're arguing from a point of that the people, it will just cause an uproar within the community itself.
では次に調査兵団の案を伺おう。
我々調査兵団はエレンを正式な団員として迎え入れ、巨人の力を利用してウォールマリアを奪還します。以上です。
Okay.
はい。
ピクシス、トロストクの壁は完全に封鎖してしまったのだろう。
ああ、もう二度と開閉できんじゃろう。
東のカラネスクからの
I would almost say never say never.
そこから志願しなく一からルートを模索して接近します。
巨人の力を使えば俺たちはまたウォールマリアに戻れる。
これ以上お前らの英雄ごっこに付き合ってられないんだよ。
Delusions of grandeur.
豚野郎。扉を埋め固めてる間、巨人が待ってくれる保証がどこにある？
我々は扉さえ封鎖されれば助かると話しているだけだ。どうしたのかこの不届き者め。神より授かりしローゼの壁に人間風情が手を加えるというのか。
静粛に。個人の主義主張は別の場所で訴えていただこう。トロストク防衛戦の報告書にはこう書いてある。巨人化の直後、
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. He couldn't control himself there for a while.
制御できなかったことは覚えてないんだ。
Oh, he literally doesn't remember that.
そうかけっていうのか。この事実を隠すことは人類のためにならない。
Okay, that is pretty problematic, honestly.
はい、私です。
君か。巨人化したイエガーが襲いかかったのは事実か？
I feel like she might lie. I don't know.
はい、事実です。
Okay.
それ以前に私は2度巨人化したエレンに命を救われました。1度目はまさに私が巨人の手に落ちる寸前に巨人に立ちはだかり、私を守ってくれました。
I'm still proud of calling that one within seconds.
榴弾から守ってくれました。
今の証言にはかなり個人的感情が含まれていると思われ
I
ます。
mean, in all honesty, I can't say that I... Like, why would they want to take any risks? Aaron literally doesn't remember it, and clearly he doesn't always... You know, he can't always control himself, so it is a massive risk. If you're just some kind of outsider, then I totally understand why you would not want to go ahead with the survey course plan.
あいつは子供の姿でこっちに紛れ込んだ巨人に違いない。あいつもだ。人間かどうか疑わしいぞ。
そうだ。念のために解剖でもした方が。待ってく
What
だ
the
さい。
fuck?
俺は化け物かもしれませんが、こいつは関係ありません。無関係です。信用できるか。事実です。
会うってことはやっぱり仲間だ。
この腰抜けどもめ。何？いいから黙って全部俺に投資しろ。
Oh, wow. What the... What the fuck is Levi doing?
今お前に必要なのは言葉による教育ではなく教訓だ。しゃがんでるからちょうど蹴りやすいしな。
恨みを買ってそいつが巨人化したらどうする？
He doesn't give a shit.
お前らこいつを解剖するんだろ。だとしても俺の敵じゃないがな。だが
Very, very confident in his abilities.
こいつをいじめた奴らもよく考えた方がいい。本当にこいつを殺せるのか。
総統、ご提案があります。
なんだ。
エレンの巨人の力は不確定な要素を多分に含んでおり、危険は常に潜んでいます。そこでエレンの管理をリヴァイ兵士長に任せ、その上で壁外調査に出ます。
エレン・イェーガーの管理か。できるのか、リヴァイ。
I mean, that seems fair.
に関しては間違いなく。
結論は出た。
まったくひどいね、本当に。 痛いだろ？
少し。
どんな風に痛い？
すまなかった。しかしおかげで我々に君を託してもらうことができた。
はい。
効果的なタイミングで用意したカードを切れたのもその痛みの甲斐あってのものだ。君に敬意を。
I like this Irwin guy, man. Like, he has my respect. He just...
これからもよろしくな。
He's probably the most rational
よろ
character
しくお願いします。
I've seen in this show so far.
なあエレン、
はい。
俺を憎んでいるか？
歯が折れちゃったんだよ。ほら。
拾うな、気持ち悪い。
ねえエレン、ちょっと口の中見せてみてよ。
What now?
もう歯が生え
Oh, yeah. I figured it was something like that. So I don't really know if it was making much sense that I was constantly, in a way, I guess, defending or backing up the people who are having their doubts or whatever, right? But it is just that, like, I can very much see from an outside perspective, if you do not have this personal connection to this one guy, right, Aaron. I mean, obviously, we as the audience do, and I as the viewer do, because I've been following his story. So it's not like I want him to die or anything like that, right? But again, it's just like, I can totally understand, once again, the doubt people are having about keeping him alive, because it is a risk that you are running, right? And once again, there are a couple of things where even I, right now, at this point in the show, do not have the answers to certain questions, right? Like, yeah, sure, of course, you know, him, if he could completely control himself as a Titan, it would be totally fine to have him on our side, right? But at the same time, you saw there were those moments where he lost control, and we do not know, and with we, once again, I mean I, because I'm sure you all know already, but as I assume that gets revealed later on in the show, but, you know, like, not knowing what's causing him to lose control at some points, that is a risk you are very much running. And so I totally understand people are scared of, you know, taking this risk, right? So I guess that's all that I really meant to say a couple of times during the episode as I was watching. Like, I see these people arguing and stuff, and of course it's very easy to just say, like, okay, screw those people, right? I'm all Team Aaron and Team Mikasa and Armin, of course, and you know, we're just gonna do this thing and fuck everybody else, right? But once again, I always try to kind of understand the argument from all perspectives, see where people are coming from. And usually what I always find is, like, I can totally understand people on all sides of the spectrum, really. Of course, my own opinion is very much like, yeah, let's take the risk and let's just see where it all, how it all pans out, because I just want to see what happens and I want to find out the answers, obviously, right? But I also at the same time assume we're gonna get those answers, and obviously I wasn't at any point expecting they would make the decision here that Aaron would simply have to die, you know, and that this whole thing was not gonna happen anymore, because it's been teased to us for a reason, the basement and all that stuff. So we're still obviously gonna get to that. Other than that, I don't really have too much else to say, I guess, about this episode. It was an enjoyable episode. Once again, in a way, kind of just set up, right? Like, we haven't actually started our new journey yet, our new quest, but I guess that's about to happen. I guess I can kind of, in a way, give some first impressions about some of these other characters that we are now seeing, like, okay, they're gonna start playing a bigger role, right? And by that, I mean especially kind of like Irwin's squad, including Levi, and then you have the one girl with the glasses who, yeah, I don't know, I'm not particularly a fan of her. Then there was the dude who was, I don't know, who liked smelling him for some reason, but I don't really know if I want to delve further into that. I understand why I can already see why people love Levi, in a way. But at the same time, I don't know if I will like him as much. Right now, I'm seeing Irwin and I go like, okay, I like his character. Because he's just cool, rational, down to earth, right? And, you know, and friendly at the same time. And, you know, he has, I think, Aaron's best interests in mind. So that's why I like him right now. Levi is just a little bit too much of an egotist. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I can be a bit of an egotist sometimes, but I still try not to outwardly display it too much, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, that's, I guess, that's the thing. Like, he's very much outwardly proud of doing that, right? And yeah, again, I mean, maybe I'm getting him all wrong for now. This is just first impressions that I'm getting from this character now that we are seeing him on screen a little bit more. But yeah, no, I'm just curious to see how how I'm gonna like these characters later on, because that's the thing. I also noticed with some of the other characters in the beginning, right, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, kind of like the way I would rank them, even though I like all three of them, the way I would rank them kind of changed over time compared to especially like the very first episode. I mean, I remember the first 1 or 2 episodes, I didn't really care about Armin whatsoever. I had a feeling Mikasa was going to end up as my favorite character, and then later on, Armin kind of rose out of all three of them, and I ended up liking him the most for some reason, So that's the thing, character development, right? And I assume this is only the beginning, so I don't know if maybe Levi is going to get some arc that will actually have his personality change. In a way, I doubt it. I feel like this is who he is, and this is who he's going to stay, but he's just going to become even more badass over time or something like that. But yeah, no, I mean, I like Erwin especially so far. Yeah, I like this new group of characters that I guess are now going to accompany us on the journey much more. And other than that, I think I've basically covered everything in this episode. Once again, it's understandable why they held this trial, and that in a way they look at it as like, okay, it's not just about obviously having a Titan to help us fight the other Titans, but it's also about people in general and the community and stuff becoming scared. We saw that kind of in the beginning of the episode, right? Where, people were kind of going back and forth, and some were scared and some were very optimistic. And it's all, again, I think that's really cool about this show, is how it's showing us all perspectives, right? Like, I think, especially nowadays, people can get very caught up, especially when it comes to arguments, right? Or about like serious issues or whatever. People can become very caught up on just looking at it in a very one-sided way, because that's their view. And obviously, I don't know if I'm going really far with this right now, but I kind of just relate it to the real world in a way. Obviously, right now, when it comes to things like, political stuff or whatever, right? You see that people are very much in these social media bubbles, and they don't even really try to understand other perspectives anymore. And I always, even though I obviously have my own views in certain ways as well, and everybody does, I still always try to understand where the other side, quote unquote, is coming from. And that's what I like about this show, is that it's also, in a way, obviously this is not real world issues or something like that at all. This is just the issues happening in a completely virtual, unrealistic type of world. But still, it's cool how it's treating it from all angles, and I think it's not necessarily saying one is wrong or right. It's just kind of wanting us, in a way, almost to, I feel like, understand where people are coming from and stuff. So I really like that about it. Yeah, and that's, I guess, all that I can really say. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to this new episode of Attack on Titan. Of course, look forward to the next one being uploaded. I upload these Mondays and Fridays, and on Patreon you can get early access, like I said, right now to 3 episodes. In the future, hopefully by next month, 5 episodes as well. So that will be great. And then for now, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.